I am live here on Zoom. Is my name in the bottom of the box? I think it is. Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. I'm Marijuana Man, and this is From Under the Influence. Welcome to another episode of Smoking Weed, talking about stuff and smoking weed fairly much. Then what? We'll smoke some weed. And joining me, luckily enough, is Mr. Cookie.
Howdy, everybody. We're over here smoking weed. Got my name in the bottom corner in here.
Other corner.
Other corner.
It's hard to figure out the corners on Zoom. So, yeah, we're here in Vancouver at home. Mr. Cookie's across Canada. Northern Ontario, it's called.
Home of the black flies slash mosquitoes slash horse flies.
Yes. The plague of insects.
So
Oh,
out.
yeah, it's an amazing fucking thing. Luckily, here in Vancouver, we have very few things like that. Very few mosquitoes. You don't see them much. No hordes of nothing. It's pretty relaxed. Not as nearly as many spiders as you have too.
Oh,
Fucking spiders in Ontario. It's insane.
I've seen like 4 different kinds already, just like in my bedroom, for crying out loud. I was like, oh, little guy, big guy, oh, scary looking guy.
So I don't know why that is, but fertile ground for the insect world.
Yeah, I always thought we'd have more in like Vancouver because it doesn't get cold. So here, like, where do they go in the wintertime? Like, they can't all just freeze, or this isn't like a spider. The spider I seen in my room wasn't growing in one season.
Something, eh? I don't know how it all happens. But yeah,
I
that's
might check out Science North and ask them just that very same question when we're allowed back in places like that.
they'll say, get out. Don't
Stay
question,
over there.
don't question it. Yeah, the world is on fire now, a little bit. Again, and still, not too much has changed. Same shit over and over again here in the world. But exacerbated, I would have to say, if in fact that's a word.
Ricky from Trailer Park Boys would say that's definitely a word.
That's a word. But, by social media, like, wow, it is just fucking a frenzy, an absolute fucking crazed frenzy of stuff. And it kind of occurred to me, like, it's really just people's opinion. One opinion after the next. You go, what is the fucking point of this? Like, really? What is the fucking point? And some lofty fucking things going on with some lofty opinions being touted around. Well, I think this way. If you don't think this way, I want you to unfriend me right away. You go, well, you fucking unfriend me. Fuck you. I'm not going to do all the work. I'm not going to unfriend you. Like, really? Come on.
I'm not unfriending you because you told me to unfriend you.
Yeah.
I'll keep adding you. I don't care.
You can get out if you want. But, and, it happens a lot. I see a lot of people who are always on that tirade of unfriending me for one reason or another. And you go, well, like, where'd you get all these friends? How come you got so many friends that you want to unfriend now? And it's because they don't agree with their opinion, which, in my mind, is pointless anyway. Nobody gives a shit about my opinion. People only care about their own opinion. That's the most important thing, right? Is their opinion.
True. That's what it is, and it's like your own soapbox. All those things I find.
Yeah.
Whatever, and people are like, "Oh, you can't say that." You're like, "It's my soapbox. Fucking get off it. Get on your own soapbox. Say whatever you want."
Yeah. So it is exactly that, which not too many years ago, nobody had. Nobody had a soapbox to voice their opinion. That's all. You didn't. When I was growing up, there was no way to get your opinion out there, or that anyone, well, nothing has changed. No one gives a shit about your opinion, right? It
Not really. It's
comes
your opinion. That's it. People are like, "Oh."
right down to it. I'm making it up. My opinion is made up totally because I don't know everything. Can't possibly know everything. And what I think I know, I don't even know is true. Right? And then there's a lot of blanks that I always need to fill in. I have my opinion, right? No, not enough people anymore or at all have the opinion of, I really don't know. I don't know enough about that to really know.
And that's my standard answer for pretty much everything.
But we don't want to seem stupid. Right? People go, well, it's easy enough to go find out. You go, yeah, well, how do you know what you've found is true? It could be just somebody's opinion.
Wikipedia per se.
Couldn't it be? What else could it be? With an opinion. Somebody said this, and I agree with it, so it must be right. Because that would make my opinion right. So here we are in a world now where each and every one of us has a platform, a soapbox, if you will, to blather our opinion and then look for some sort of validation in our opinion. Well, it's just an opinion. You can make it in your pajamas. You don't have to do anything. Nothing. You don't need anything for an opinion. It's not knowledge. Knowledge is a combination of information and experience.
That's like the Twitter. I always find Twitter, like I've been a Twitter guy for a while now, many years, but I don't really use it to its full advantages. When it first started, it just reminded me of like someone yelling you their opinion from the bathroom. Hey, I think this.
Yeah.
In a few words, because they know you can't really hear so good from that far away or through the door.
So if I ever did have to listen to somebody's opinion about something, you actually had to do it face to face. And that changes your opinion a lot when you have to actually talk face to face about stuff. Well, this is what I think. Because other people go, why do you think that in your face? Right? And you have to. So it didn't happen very often because we didn't get very much information when I was younger. You didn't, you didn't watch the news, newspaper. Who fucking ever read? Young people, we never read those. We didn't know. You heard stuff because of people's opinions. But that's gone fucking viral, right? So every human on the planet now is expressing their opinion about everything.
True.
So much so that the opinion, the soapbox that they're on, has a little button to like or not, right? To agree with opinion or not. You go, okay, well, how empty is this? You, in my estimation, my opinion is not worth fuck all, because I don't have experience combined with the information to fucking make a real opinion. Right? I couldn't possibly have it, especially about something far away and in another world compared to me. So, what does anyone care what I think is going on in the United States right now? Why would anyone care? What's your opinion? You go, well.
You're like, I'm not too educated on on what's going on right now, so I have to educate myself more before I make an honest opinion.
All I think I know is what I've seen and read. But do I trust any of those to be telling me the truth from a point of view of what actually happened? Or is it in any way skewed towards some sort of other agenda? I don't know.
But both, because I don't have a TV or cable, and so I never ever see the news. And then when I go on like a Facebook or sometimes on Instagram, you can kind of catch what's going on. Well, now it's heavily catch what's going on, but before it was always just like little tidbits of stuff. So some stuff I would think I would know what's going on, and then I'd like ask someone that like one of my friends that's really always like into, I'd ask Dana or someone. I'd be like, Dana, what's going on with this whole whatever it is? And he like explained it to me or whatever, and I'd be like, oh. And I tell him what I thought, and he's just looking at me like, well, you didn't read anything? I was like, I don't have cable. I don't really do any information, like any research.
But no matter how much research I do, at the end of the day, it's still just my opinion. And it would depend on the research that I've read. Where did that come from? Who did it? How it was done? Who paid for it? All this stuff, right? Just because I agree with it, or because my opinion has been is such. So I don't know. And then people just squabble on Facebook about such silly things in terms of compared to what's going on in the world, arguing over or not whether you should say all lives matter, black lives matter, fucking matter, what's the matter? Right? Are you kidding me? Holy fuck. Really?
Yeah, no, that seems like really, yeah, for people to be so like argumentative about that sort of thing, it's kind of like a weird one. It's like, oh, I just had the good thing. Be like arguing with someone at a funeral or whatever about something, well, everything happened and it's all over and there's nothing you can do, and that's your opinion. It ain't gonna change, like just be like, oh, that's their opinion. Oh, okay.
All lives matter. You'd have to go with that one, couldn't you? Isn't that a good place to start?
Oh, then you're singling a whole group out, or you're putting everyone together too close together.
Oh, a lot of people die every day around the world. Right. But no, it's fucking horrendous. Police are out of control all over the world. They have been for a very long time. These fucks they have such an agenda of destruction and violence and fucking racism and crooked. So much money, so many drugs, so much fucking money. So I don't know. Oh, if the world can actually come to the fucking conclusion that this is what's going on, investigate these people, get them the fuck downsized, get rid of their tanks and their fucking tear gas and their fucking army weapons. Leave fucking people alone. Oh my God. Cops are fucking, they gotta be frightened right now. Given
So
the
encumbered and just like not on the right side,
and the people are fucking pissed. Doesn't matter who the people are, but you can appreciate why they're pissed,
Yep.
the way they've been treated. Watching people get fucking killed here on video for $20 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
$20.
And in 2020, you know, where it's just like there's a camera on every corner. Like it's not. I don't know. It's like the police are just like, oh, whatever. We're above the law. Like fuck you guys, man.
They have the opportunity to just fucking do nasty shit like this. And one could never know the man's intention, but it could be because he hates black people. Doesn't matter. But oh my God, they ain't doing it to white people ever. Now they'll be doing it more and more to make you think that it's something they do safely all the time. You watch demonstrators, protesters, they'll be doing it lots to make it look like it wasn't an isolated thing, and you know, fuck them. So what? People with their opinion has stopped the looting. Oh, you shouldn't loot. You shouldn't loot. What the fuck do you know about it? In the heat of the moment, in the fucking, sure, opportunists, like the opportunists that have looted these people's lives the whole fucking time. And they know it, and they've seen it, and they feel it. Now they're going to smash your fucking world, your Babylon. That's what that's all about. And you'll get a TV out of it. Ain't that a fucking shame? Like, really? That guy was killed for $20 that he allegedly tried to pass a fake $20 bill.
Oh my God, eh? And probably didn't even know it was fake.
Even if he did, it's
Yeah.
$20. Could that our officer not wrestle that $20 bill away from him? Or even fucking care? It's $20.
Yeah, it could have been like, don't do that, man. Took the 20, you know? Like, come on now.
Apparently the store that called the police are devastated by what has happened.
Well, I can imagine. Like, I'm sure they didn't want that to happen to the guy. They just like were like, oh, it was a fake 20.
And potentially they said they vow to never fucking do it again. They'll never call the police for such a thing ever again.
No, that's good. Like, wow, it's not that good, you know, but it's good on them for saying that.
Yeah. And I don't know how much it's all true what I read, but I think they've offered to pay for the funeral. But it's tragic that for $20, get the fuck out of here. Anyone, anything going on like that for $20 in this world. I'm tired of it. Stop chasing people around in the world for stealing a car. I don't give a fuck that they've stolen your car. You have insurance. Shut up. People are, I don't need high-speed chases anymore for the cops. Why would you do that? Can we buy you some more radios?
Yeah, no doubt. Like, come on now.
Radio ahead? Can you follow this person discreetly at a distance until they fucking stop? Not
Well,
once.
no, here in one of the little towns here, and it's like 40 minutes north of here. I guess it was still a little bit of snow, maybe like a month and a half ago or something, and there was a guy at like 5 a.m. doing donuts in like I guess it was the grocery store parking lot, and the cops rolled by, and then they like put on the lights to go in, like and turned in, and he fucking took off and like jumped the curb and everything, and the cops didn't chase him. They were like, no, fuck that, you know what I mean? Just because whatever, it's such a small town anyway. And then like a few minutes later, he ended up smashing into something with his truck, and then like they got him there or whatever. But it was like, you know, he was still racing away, but they weren't making it worse, you know, like.
No, they always make it worse by doing that. But no, they are very suspect. The police and the politicians too. They're just fucking not doing good things for people. They're being very wicked and self-serving. Now this week, what the fuck? A couple of days ago, I see a story about Dr. Bonnie Henry, who is the chief medical officer of British Columbia, and has been the one who has been guiding the shutdown and pandemic response. So, find out that Dr. Bonnie is the owner of a winery in the Similkameen Valley. I thought, well, that's kind of interesting. Given they're coming out, shutting down all these businesses across the land, except for making alcohol an essential service. An industry that she's in, for God's sakes. Not to mention the horror that I feel that she's a health official and is in the business of manufacturing this wicked fucking substance that's killing people. What? And right in front of us. No fucking mention of anyone. 40 people a day in Canada. That's not fucking peanuts. Really? Come on. Nah, these people are fucking wicked. And her co-owned with her husband. Right? You go, well, wait a second. She had a fucking role in deciding that alcohol should be an essential service. To, I guess, ensure that the same number of people die while this is going on from alcohol that did the day before.
What keep sales up, you know, so the numbers don't actually change. They would only probably get higher like they did with everything else, because people were like, oh shit, stock up on booze, or I don't have to work so I can drink tomorrow.
Well,
I know I had a bunch of day drunks the little coronavirus things.
now it's reprehensible to me the amount of destruction and addiction and abuse that's going on with alcohol. She doesn't even fucking mention it in her world. But she's out here being the darling of the press every morning, calmly, telling us all about 165 people who have perished because of the virus here. And not mentioning, I don't know, a couple thousand have died in the province easily. I can't remember the number now, since she opened her winery. Right? You go, wow, like, how can this be? How can this health official be like that? What if she was the owner of a tobacco company? Would everybody be okay with that?
Yeah, about that. Well, yeah, for sure.
I think so. But alcohol? Yep, you bet.
They'd make it all like smoking. You got to smoke more during the pandemic. It would be like, oh, it kind of helps now. Everyone should take up smoking, like back in the 50s flashback or something. Oh, it's good. Smoking with dinner, smoking with the kids.
Well, this seems kind of at odds with somebody who's supposed to be protecting the health of British Columbians, as her mandate would suggest, and the role that she's assumed every morning, and the latitude with which she's been given to make the rules. Now, the people at the winery, this report coming out 2 days ago, this is just fucking ugly as far as I'm concerned. This is just an ad for the winery. That's what it is. And their association with her, now that she's become this celebrity darling that everybody knows. Right? And they're using it as an advertisement to sell more fucking wine to a province that's swilling in booze already, dying by the lots, right? And with no mention of it. A little bit of mention last year, January 2019. What the fuck? Old Dr. Bonnie came out with results of a study that suggested that binge drinking had increased quite a bit, now becoming the leading cause of death for people 25 and under.
Whoa.
What? And she did nothing. Not one fucking thing, or even had anything to say. Just here's the facts. Right?
Like they should add like an alcohol. That sounds like new users coming on board, unexperienced, and maybe going a little too hard. Maybe a nice educational program about drinking and whatever smaller quantities might do.
No, it doesn't work. Nothing works.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. People are fucking, they're just so comfortable with booze, addicted to booze, pushed into it, advertised to it. It is absolutely socially acceptable, and it's fucking everywhere. And even the health minister sells it. It's so okay, even in the face of how many people die and the destruction that it causes. You go, wow, that's a different fucking thing, isn't it? Really? We couldn't find one other health official who maybe wasn't doing that?
That's who we got. Miss Boozy.
So they go on in this little article that I saw that they even tell us which is her favorite wine that they make, the name of it, and you go, wow, this is just fucking distasteful that this winery would use this opportunity based on a fucking frightening pandemic of disease. Just go, yeah, she's our girl. Dr. Bonnie, she's our girl. Hey, here's the wine that she likes because she's a part owner. You go, what the fuck? Wow. So, not fucking impressed by these people at all. Really. It's just fucking sad, the things that they will do. They don't give a fuck. No, she's a fucking booze hound.
Big business comes together with booze.
Yeah. So in March, the government declared liquor sales an essential service here and allowed operating hours to be increased. That's what they did in the response to the idea that binge drinking was
To keep the acceleration going. No.
not an essential service. It has to be essential service.
Like in Ontario, they made weed essential service for one day, took her off the chart for a couple of weeks, and then put her back. Maybe it was not long, maybe it was like a week, but still, I was like
Well, maybe essential service isn't the right word for this stuff. It could be just called stuff you really, really want.
Yeah.
But in the midst of it, the World Health Organization came out and said alcohol consumption is kind of a worse thing to do during this virus pandemic. It fucking drops your immune system. It puts you at much lower health and greater health risk without it. So they suggested to the world to consider restricting access during the pandemic. And what else did it say? Complemented by communicating with the public about the risks and maintaining and strengthening alcohol and drug services. That's what the World Health Organization had to say about it. Doc.
People who would know what the proper thing might be. Am I right track to take?
Dr. Bonnie, I guess, missed that. But she's in the business of selling that alcohol. Like, what the fuck?
Doesn't want to have to support her husband, that's for sure. So they got to keep the family business going.
Keep the money rolling in. So what? I came across this survey.
Survey says.
Yeah. They released this survey saying that a majority of Canadians, 94% of Canadians, report that they are currently staying home more due to the coronavirus. So
It is true.
So 7 in 10 Canadians report that their alcohol consumption has stayed the same. Majority, what did it say here? Well, 18, yeah, a majority of Canadians report that their consumption has stayed the same. Well, 18% report it has increased, and 12% report their alcohol consumption has decreased.
Mr.
So, by making it an essential service, it has increased the consumption. Right? You go,
This might be on the fence. Be like, should I be drinking? Shouldn't I be drinking? They're like, it's an essential service. They're like, essential. I'll stand behind that.
What is essential about it?
Needed, you know? They're like, we need that. Now it's essential.
What aspect of alcohol makes it essential in anyone's mind, do you think?
Well,
especially in a health officer's mind. Wait a second, doc. You're telling me that drinking is essential to me? Okay.
yeah, and that would have been okay, I guess, if she would have said, well, because of the alcoholics and things like that, that it would be essential to them. But to a normal person that just wants to get drunk on a Friday, well, not essential, you know? Like, people are in treatment or not in treatment, but still, you know, required to function on a day to day, maybe, but still.
I wonder what the criteria for being essential actually is, but I guess what?
Well, Walmart was essential, but I don't really know. Like, do we really need new track pants? Like, you know, like, I guess you can blow your track pants out and that's all you got, one pair. You need to go and get a new pair,
But the guy selling track pants across the street couldn't be open.
No, track pants sales guy. Yeah, track pants are us. No.
No, it's, you know, so the destruction of alcohol must have increased during the virus because it's essential service. This. It's fucked. This woman shouldn't be in charge of anything based on that alone. Say, see ya. She's going to get a fucking award by Canada. You watch. For pandemic response. You go, wow. Grr. How many people died during the lockdown in this country because of alcohol? Right? More than grr. And it's years and years and years it's been going on. It's not like a new thing. And nothing's mentioned. Bonnie Henry, she has a portfolio in her responsibilities with the government that include different provincial acts: Public Health Act, Food Safety Act, Community Care and Assisted Living Act. Huh. Just about all the deaths from coronavirus here in BC occurred in assisted living places.
Did they go in and check out the ones there like they did in Ontario? Ontario sent in like the armed force to like see what was going on, and they were just fucking ashamed.
It frightened soldiers who've done unspeakable acts in Afghanistan. This is what they encountered with the assisted living. This is what Bonnie Henry's in charge of. Also, Drinking Water Protection Act, the Tobacco Control Act, as well as the Tobacco Tax Act and the School Act. This is the what's under her umbrella as Chief Health Officer. Glaringly, there is no Alcohol Act or Alcohol Tax Act. Even though they kill as many people as tobacco, not even on the fucking list. The body to look after. And chooses not to warn us against it in any way. But pick up the Fumé Blanc at her winery. The article that they did all this connecting with Bonnie, they just published the address of the place so you can go there. It was just like straight up ad for the booze. Despicable. Also, in the month of March, what the fuck? 115 people died from overdose in downtown East Side. And that's been going on for years too, which she's done nothing about. But she's going to take all the credit for saving us from the virus. I don't give a fuck about credit, whatever. I'm sure she won't do that. But she will be heaped with accolades for her role. Well, people continue to die of alcohol that she produces. Even if one person died from wine that's made in her fucking vineyard, come on, like, what?
Well, it all combines onto one thing. Like someone could just have a little bit of her wine, but later on be dead because of whatever, more something. But first judgment impairment would be from having the wine. You'd just be like, oh, it wasn't my wine. Or I guess like most booze companies
Justify it, or nobody gives a fuck.
Drink responsibly. Oh, we said drink responsibly, so you can't not say we didn't warn you.
No, they don't even warn you. Right? They don't warn you that she's coming. Right? A health official that doesn't give a fuck about the health crisis caused by alcohol. Kind of unusual, or is it? Vancouver councillors here are debate a motion for allowing alcohol at the parks and beaches. Huh? Ooh, what? What?
Marijuana. No marijuana smoke allowed anywhere. Probably not even allowed a marijuana drink. They're just like,
Probably not. There won't be any marijuana smoke. Right? Here's what I don't know. Fucking, they said, call us radical, but we don't think it should be illegal to bring a growler of beer, whatever that is.
big ass jug. Moonshine. Took 3 X's on it.
Beer, a lot of beer. Or a bottle of wine to the park or the beach. Touting a motion brought by Councillor Christine Boyle. She's brought a motion. She argues that particularly for low and middle income Vancouverites who live in small, high density homes, parks and beaches are an extension of living space. And even more important now because of physical distancing demands. This is why we should allow them to drink on the beach. Like, how insanely stupid is that? Like, what?
We should try the same now for marijuana and be like, well, it's for alcohol, same as marijuana. Then it's illegal too. Come on, guys. Social distancing, stacked in the house.
Now, they're restricting where you can smoke cannabis across the land, even in West Nipissing.
Oh, they're hating on it hard.
Right? That little town that we had last week, we talked about them being, they're whining about the smell of pot grown in people's backyards, and they wanted a bylaw, but city council said, no, I don't think so. But they're now really ramping up how many rules there are about where you can smoke. Right? I guess to appease the population who didn't get their way because of the smell of the plants growing. We'll show you, we'll get those. In fact, they increased areas and places where you couldn't consume cigarettes to accommodate the extra that they wanted to put on cannabis where you could consume it.
Wow.
It's fucking ludicrous.
You could go there and smoke right now, like tomorrow or the next day. Well, I guess it's nice weather. Probably don't want to go there, but before they change these rules.
So what? Boyle goes on to say the motion allowing responsible consumption at parks and beaches would also boost local businesses like bars and restaurants that have been hit hard by the COVID restrictions. What?
A little bounce back.
Your solution to the virus, a lot of the stuff that's happening here because of the virus, is to have more booze. People who apparently booze lowers your immune system while you're sitting out there at the beach right in front of me. Right? Downwind, upwind, wind's shifting around. Here you are consuming a substance that is making you more susceptible to this fucking virus. And some idiot city councilor wants to make that so. Are you fucking kidding me? We talk about science. People believing in science now. Science will save us from the science that is fucking threatening us.
Yes, it's just weakening us.
Blow up any fucking laboratory that ever makes any of this kind of shit. Tell them to stop fucking doing it. No reason for it. Stop it. Put all the resources of the world against it and the Avengers. maybe, because they're not doing
Uh,
much. They got nothing to do now.
well, there's more than 5 of them, so they can't really hang out together either. So
So what? There's in fact 2 motions before City Council to allow booze on the beach. Now there's what, 10 city councilors here in Vancouver? 2 of them have brought forth a motion. Like, really? Is this because you really, really, really want it? So, Pete Fry, Green Party councillors, and Pete and Michael say that ask that the city work quickly with police and business improvement associations to come up with a suitable location, with suitable locations and a framework to allow drinking in public spaces. Now,
mark out, this is the public space you can drink in.
I don't know what any of that means, but Fry says his motion is meant to promote responsible consumption, not reckless overconsumption. So his plan to reduce reduce nothing, right? Responsible consumption. What is that? How is it responsible to be consuming this substance at all? It's not really. It's not responsible. None of it is. It's killing people. It hurts you every time. Your body doesn't like alcohol. Sorry. So,
Poison, yeah, that's so strange. You're like, oh, let them poison themselves. That's fine.
so this responsible consumption bullshit. It's not. And so he goes on to say, by framing it in a way, with signage, washrooms, and garbage facilities, really destigmatizing it where people aren't hiding in the bushes or going off to the farthest reaches where they won't be encumbered by law authorities. It's putting a different frame on it, he said. Are you fucking kidding me? That's exactly what cannabis is. Right?
Yeah, people that drink in public, they just like crush a beer or just like put it in like another bag or something. It's not like it's visible like a marijuana smoke. Oh, it's just like, oh, what's this? Oh, ginger ale. Like, okay.
I saw them all the time down when I lived downtown across from the Canby pub. You'd see them in the alley guzzling some fucking liquor, passing it around, guzzling this liquor before they went to the bar, so they didn't have to buy any of the drinks at the bar. Right? So they want to destigmatize alcohol. What's the stigma that alcohol has in our society? I don't think it's stigmatized at all. It's celebrated and brought to you by everybody as much as it possibly can. It's fucking insane, these people. And for sure, they're gonna fucking, it's up to the Parks Board. Really? Like, I don't really care. It's ludicrous to me that how would you know if someone's sitting in the beach drinking that booze over there, like at how much they have consumed? Essentially, the way they talk is you'd be bringing it yourself. It'll help the businesses.
Buying it locally, hopefully, so you don't have to carry it too far to the beach.
So they're not suggesting that one would buy the booze from the city. That would be the only way you could get the booze. Is that's too much. You couldn't police that. How could you? So it's going to be a fucking free for all. How could you possibly know that the person sitting there drinking all fucking day isn't going to expire tonight as a result of it? I don't know. I guess that would happen anyway to that person.
Still,
But the hypocrisy of it all is stunning. Really, it's just stunning here. And for sure, North Vancouver, they passed city council a bylaw allowing you to drink alcohol on the beaches and the parks. You're doing it down in Penticton, pilot project.
oh really? That's like a tourist town too, with just the beach or whatever, you know? Like,
pilot project to drink outside.
and like we go to the car show. Yeah, you should go to the car show there, but they have like the car show. I think it's Peach Fest or whatever. But literally, it's like all along the waters, the parking lot, and they park all the hot rods in everyone's car, like 1,000 cars. But then at night, everyone does the strip and they do like burnouts and everything, and there's just people standing, walking around, and everyone has booze.
Oh yeah. It's not like it's not going on already. But yeah, that's how they roll from the health minister all the way down, right, to the city. Everybody wants more booze, more booze. Gross. We don't get nothing. Never gave us washrooms and garbage facilities or destigmatized us. That's the same old shit. Telling me about every single possible store that's going to open across the land. Another one, another one, another one. So, and then the LPs, they're all just fucking tanking, scrambling. No idea what they're doing now. There's a thing written about shares of Canopy Growth are trading 30% lower since its latest quarterly results last week.
That's no good.
Yeah. However, one analyst sees these shares as undervalued for this cannabis company, which has shifted from medical to more recreational sales when that market was legalized 2 years ago. So this market analyst, Christopher, although we expect the medical market to shrink because of recreational legalization, we forecast more than 10% average annual growth for the entire Canadian market through the next 10 years. Average annual growth. And that would be driven by, here's the word, the conversion of black market consumers into the legal market. And of course, new cannabis consumers. That would be driven by the conversion of black market consumers. What's that mean?
I don't see many people converting. It's not like it's a religion. Like, oh, I'm gonna go rec now. I'm going rec.
What are they doing to convert anybody? Right? There's no conversion. It's coercion. It is the coercion of black market consumers into the legal market. Get in here or fucking go to jail. Get fined or persecuted in some way because you won't and don't. Gross. So they're still counting on that, right? This is a market analyst, Christopher. Now, an average of 10% annual growth, he predicts. Now, he also goes on to mention the advantage of holding government licenses to operate in a highly regulated industry is worth money.
It is worth money, but not that much.
Right? Companies with licenses could be protected from outside competition, helping establish pricing power. This is what the analyst said. Huh, really?
Doesn't sound good.
They
Well,
could be protected from outside competition. Helping to establishing fucking high prices is what he's talking about. He said this could prove particularly true if holding an existing license provided an advantage for when new licenses are issued. I don't know what that means.
Sounds like a loop-to-loop salesman type.
Right. But in any event, the 10% per year, Canopy Growth announced a net loss of $1.3 billion quarterly. Its latest quarterly performance. They lost $1.3 billion. So next year, according to this analyst, it'll be 10% better. They will only lose. What's 10% of $1.3 billion every 3 months? They'll just lose less. For 10 years, they'll lose less and less. 10% every year. And still, I don't even know the math. Math would be hilarious. I should have done it.
Ridiculous.
Still losing hundreds of millions of dollars every 3 months in 10 years with an increase. So they're all still desperate to get people to invest in them. And that anyone would is beyond me. Like that whole area, that whole thing is like a different thing compared to cannabis. Like it has nothing to do with it. It just goes on over there. The guys fucking saying stuff about money and buying this, and they never talk about the product at all, ever.
Like, no, we have a product. It's marijuana. That's all. And next, our expectations for the next 4 years are
we're going to do better than what? Lose $1.3 billion in 3 months? What?
well, that's like whoever they rehired now as the head guy or however that works for like Tweed. He's going to look really good at the end of this year because they did scale back a lot of things, but they just cut a lot of costs. So now he's like, oh, well, now we're moving forward. Look at the growth.
Yeah, I don't know. How do you move forward from losing that kind of money? Where did the money go in 3 months?
How do you say that every 3 months? Oh, $3 billion. Oh, $3 billion. What?
That's them phoning to say, we've lost even more.
That's so crazy. They're like, what, $3 billion?
So I don't know how this is all going to go. It's all kind of similar across the board. The meager market share that they have got is pitifully low compared to the entire cannabis consumer market. Then they're doing nothing to what to coerce. No, what's the word he used?
Convert.
Conversion.
Conversion.
Conversion. That's his version. So they got a long way to go, as far as I can tell. And all this other nonsense going on is just getting in the way of. But I don't see the new industry complaining about the rules, or how they could change some rules to make it better, make it easier to make the cannabis better. But they don't seem very concerned, and have never ever shown any concern for the cannabis consumer whatsoever. They just acted like it was all a foregone conclusion that we would all be buying from them. That's what they did their math on, and that's what they sold their fucking fake interests. That's how they did that, right? They just made up these fucking numbers about how much money, how much I was going to be buying from them, and how much they could provide, when in fact they couldn't provide that in the end of the day at all. They haven't been able to. And no one said, well, you said, when you asked me to give you money, you said you have the potential to make this much fucking cannabis, and yet you haven't. Like, when I gave you money, you said, boy, these people wouldn't last long in the black market, would they? Just based on those few words. But you said, I gave you money. Right? And you didn't come through in the end of your bargain. Now you're selling it all off. Right? They're selling off all their fucking big acquisitions across the land to downsize. They're all downsized. They're going to lay off as many people as hundreds of people being laid off.
Yeah, it's like they probably have like so much weed stockpiled, they don't even have to grow weed for like 5 years. So like, oh, just lay everyone off, sell off this stock, and we're out of the game here. Boom.
Now they're, concentrating on things abroad where the price of weed, they get more money for it. So
Get paid euro or whatever and stuff. So they're like, oh, that's way better market.
they're not interested in the Canadian market at all. And they wish that we weren't here and that they had to deal with it. Because here you need to come up with good weed at a reasonable price.
True. It's true. There's some companies that are strictly like on the Canadian market, but they don't sell it all in Canada. They sell strictly overseas or whatever. I know it's like
More money in it.
yeah.
No one's complaining about the quality of your weed.
No, they're just like, oh, weed, right on.
Which is an odd thing in any industry. You'd think they have no way to even take any pride in it. Right? They've been crushed by regulations that they all signed up for, that they can't even tell me they got good weed. Like, I don't think they can. Right?
No.
They can't extol the virtues of cannabis in any way. None. Not like they do with wine.
True.
It's fucking classy. It's elite. It's
Well, you can't go into the dispensary and have a weed tasting like you can go into any of those wineries and they'll give you a little sample glass of pretty much like any wine you want. You can either spit it out or you just swallow her down, get plastered.
well, according to my research, Dr. Bonnie and her husband, co-owner of the winery, some years prior to them creating their winery, went to France, to the Bordeaux region, where they ran in a marathon that takes place there. And the marathon stops at 23 vineyards to do a tasting along the way.
That's hilarious, almost. Like, what?
This is the doctor of health.
Running and drinking 27 drinks or more, or I guess spitting them out. But even on that, just to be digital, you might get some plywood. But
They're not spitting it out.
like class there, oh, right on. Let's continue on.
Yeah, I can drive. So I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. It's getting crazy out there. So everybody can do what you want.
Pretty much.
I don't know. Try to do it. Try to stay safe, each and every one. The rest of it, I don't know so much. How that goes. It's fucking war out there in a lot of places. And, like really, police corruption and brutality all these fucking years is causing all this shit. Just by itself. It's got to stop. We have to re-examine policing in our world and where they've gotten to. Oh my God. They're supposed to be public servants, but they're not.
Yeah. Now it's changed from what it was to what it is now.
Too much money involved. Turned into an industry where money could be made.
Budgets. Give us our budgets.
With influence over politicians, money could be made. And it is. Lots of it. Unquestioned, uncounted. Fucking these cops are getting any money they want all the time. Billions and billions and billions of dollars across the fucking land. So they can have tanks, right? So they can have tear gas, so they can have shields, so they can have all these fucking weapons that when the people rise up against the tyranny that they have created, they have all these weapons to throw back at the people. The police, right, put themselves in this position. What? Maybe if you hadn't put yourself in that position to be attacked in the first place as public servants, you might have not had to go through all this. Maybe if you'd not stocked your ranks with racist motherfuckers, abusive, psychotic motherfuckers with guns, doing whatever the fuck they want out there to whoever they want, being not held accountable ever.
Gun-toting maniacs, those guys.
And just continues over time. It's incredible. It just gotten worse and worse and worse, I guess, till you get to the point where the people are going, are you fucking kidding me? We've had enough. Gonna burn your fucking police station to the ground. Was that not a sign? Oh, it was vandalism. No, it was burning down a police station. That's not vandalism. That's a message. Fucking tired of you cops being the way you are in this world and preying on people because of the color of their fucking skin. And doing it a lot, not just a bit. They prey on lots of people, but overwhelmingly people of color. And here in Canada, it's no better. We can point a finger at all the trumping and the fucking blah blah blah, but it goes on really fucking bad here, and it has my whole life and everybody's whole life. And that's how we treat the native population in this country, and what we're doing and continue to do to them every fucking day. So
Mm.
you want to deal with some of this shit, let's fucking deal with it at home. And I'm not too worried about Chicago.
Start at home first, and then we can work our way outwards. Get good.
Fucking everybody does it, then it's done. They can do it their own way. I don't know. But it's totally fucking insane here the way it goes in Canada. We've taken everything from these people, taken fucking everything from them, and given them absolutely nothing in return. Except lives of hardship and fucking destruction and violence and death. That's what we've done to the native population here. It's fucking insane. Racism continues every single day for those people. Every single day. Rose gets followed around in every fucking store she goes into, just about. Overtly followed around.
Well, not following you around, but yeah, following you around.
And I can't even relate to this. People who have put up with this kind of abuse their entire lives, be it black or native or whatever, their entire fucking lives, just like fucking every day. Oh my God, I can't imagine.
Every day, yep, no.
So yeah, what the fuck? They smash open stores and take stuff. What the fuck? I don't care. People are fucking mad. Out of control. Oh, there's a few bad apples. We all saw the Chris Rock thing. No. No, police gotta fucking stand down, you fucks. You gotta stop this across the fucking board here and get real about this. Oh my God. Why are we living in a world where we've chosen to deem a certain type of person to be less and not worthy and to set them aside? Are you fucking kidding me? How did we do that? And why? But well, we came here and took everything the fucking natives had.
That's where it all started, and then they were like, "Oh,
All of their land, all their resources. They're being sucked out of the ground even today, all around them. And they get nothing. Get nothing from the diamond company. Get nothing from the gold miners. Get nothing from the oil people. Nothing. They live on fucking the teeniest little portion of land in this country. Holy fuck. And coincidentally enough, on every one of those little portions of land, they want to put a fucking pipeline through. Canada's wealth is propped up by the resources that they've shared with us here. Right? It's fucking sad.
yeah, the stuff from not our land."
Yeah. So, fuck it. We have to come to these understandings and stop. But there's too much money involved. It's always about too much money involved. It's all about the money, right? It's hard to stop because everybody needs it. It's all trickle down, I guess. Eh? So I do hope the world will learn some lessons, but I've not seen that happen in my lifetime. We've learned anything from what has happened right in front of us. Difficult for everybody to have the same opinion.
And that's not liked. Everyone that wants their own opinion and that wants to be the right one.
I must be right. It's me.
My opinion, though.
I've been saying this all along. Never heard you say it once, but so yeah, we'll hope for better days ahead and more justice in the world. And, you never know what's coming. Gotta say,
Got to be aware of everything all the time because it's gonna
it's
speed
coming. But they can't get any new fucking movies on Netflix.
up.
What a fucking scam that is. As I, hey, as you fucking how much time do people spend browsing, looking for something to watch? How much fucking time must be spent? It's because you can't find anything. And each line you get to, no matter what the subject of that line is, the same fucking movies are there. Right? And then they've taken a picture, another picture. And it's not the movie poster anymore. It's another picture. You go, oh, I don't know what that is. You go, it's
That
fucking
looks interesting, eh? And then you're like, watch it. You're like, well, that's the same movie.
it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in twins, but you've never seen this picture of twins before as a advertisement for that movie. Eh? They trick you like that. They do it all the time. And then they just put them all on each line. They've got like 10 fucking things spinning it around. Like, why so few? Holy fuck, with all the movies there are in the world, why so few? Holy shit. I know tons of other sites that have got them all. Right? So,
True.
yes, the world of entertainment. I love it. It's free. So I never need to go to a movie theater ever again. Not that I plan to, because I never enjoyed that either. Sit beside some fucking idiot, or in front or behind, like or over from. Like, really? Why? Why must we do that? Why do we always feel compelled to, as a group, go and do the same thing together at that time? I suppose you had no choice. Now I don't. I have a choice. I don't have to go there at all. I can smoke joints in my theater, which I'm not doing. Can make a grilled cheese if you want. You pause the movie at any time. I'm pretty satisfied.
And you smoke weed at it. You don't have to worry.
Yeah, it was a dream when we were teenagers to have the video of the TV and the stereo combined. We thought that would be.
The home theater was born then, I think.
We never conceived of it ever being a possibility. But TV then was pretty lame in its technology. But now, everywhere. You have two or three, they're fucking flat and light. See these fight scenes in movies where a guy smashes him with a TV and you go, well, that wouldn't even hurt.
You're like, no, whatever.
It's not like grabbing one of those back in the 70s and smashing a guy with it.
Someone with an old school TV.
That would put you down. All right, that's all I got. Don't get me started. Good to see you today.
Good to see you too. Good show.
Yeah, it's always fun chatting away. And hope to see you in person one of these days.
Yep, sooner than later I can end this social distance toking.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind that. It's easier than passing joints. It just takes up too much time.
Yeah, I've taken on the old smoking my own joint for a while now, so when this all came, I was like, well, yeah, you guys just catching on. This is the way it is, you know, like when all the flus go around and everything, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's better too. You don't have that interruption of when you're not smoking.
Yeah. If I want to have a break, I'm like, oh, I want to smoke. Okay, smoke.
Well, when
Break.
you pass the joint away, right, you're not smoking now. And you're committed to not smoking till it comes back. You're not able to seem anxious. You're not allowed to be too anxious unless it takes a very long time. And then maybe you could say something. Hey, it's not a microphone. Like that kind of thing. Don't bogart that joint.
All acceptable things.
So who has time for that? Really? I would prefer roll my own joint, roll a second joint if you're going to pass one around. Here. Do whatever you want with it.
The other day, actually, with the pallet guy, I went there and I was like, hey, man, I'm going to smoke a joint. Would you like one? And he was like, yeah.
So in that survey, I don't know if we talked about it, they talked about cannabis consumption during the virus. And that
Was up.
90% of all people said that their cannabis consumption stayed the same. And like 5% said theirs had gone up, and like 4% or something said theirs went down. So interesting, right?
Yep.
Then when they asked the cannabis users whose consumption increased, why that was, they said, because I like cannabis. Accurate to within plus or minus 3%.
I like to say when they ask me that, I'm like, well, it's because I was at home more time at home, more smoky smoke.
No, well, I don't think my consumption's changed too much. I'm very thankful for that. I can consume as much cannabis as I want. Huh, how much do you smoke? As much as I want. It's nice. For 20 years and more now. So life's been good to me.
All you need is good weed to get by. It's like good stuff, you know?
Well, yeah, it helps in all cases. Can't hurt. But anyway, let's get the hell out of here. Thanks a lot for tuning in and checking out all the shows here on Pod TV all week long. Thanks to Anil for zooming us in. He's responsible. He is the host of the meeting, we'll call him. He's the H of the M. So thanks for letting me into the meeting. He's very quiet today. Hey, don't be yelling.
Ooh.
So yeah, thanks a lot for showing up, and let's hope all things can can work themselves out to a good end, a positive end, which includes everybody. So see you next week. God knows what we'll be talking about then. I'm Marijuana Man. Peace. Bye. See you, Cookie.